Hey there guys, CB from CJB Studios here, and today I'm going to be doing another video talking about one of my Loud House stories. This video was actually planned to be done sometime last year, but I never got around to doing it, and so I figured I'd do it now since today is my parents' 27th anniversary. And as to what the video is about, it's talking about the Loud House Happy Anniversary, written by me and narrated by the Queen of Lions, well, now known as the Lion Queen. So this video is going to be talking about the idea of the story itself, like how the idea came to be, and it's also going to be talking about like what was going on when I was making it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to explain, but I'll do the best I can with it. So the idea for this story was sometime back in 2019. It was actually sometime right after the season 4 episode Present Tense came out. And because if you guys don't remember in that episode, it was when Lincoln and his sisters were trying to think of something to make, to celebrate their dad's birthday, to celebrate Lynn Sr.'s birthday. And like near the end of the episode, they actually look at a scrapbook filled with pictures, that the kids did that the family did as time went by when they were hanging out with their dad. And I think sometime after that, I watched No Spoilers, where it was kind of a similar thing where the kids are trying to celebrate their mom's birthday, Rita's birthday, without, spoiling anything. And out of nowhere, I don't remember when this happened, but I think it was after Present Tense, like I said, an idea came into my head of, it was when I was asking myself, what if the kids did something like this again, but this time, it was for both of their parents instead of just one? Like, what if they did something for their parents' anniversary? And that idea kind of stuck with me. And on June 1st of 2020, I actually started working on the story. Now keep in mind here, the original version of the story was actually written as a script, like a transcript, like how an actual Loud House episode would be done. And like at that point in time, when I was working on it, I did ask my parents, what type of stuff would they do on their anniversary, because I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of incorporate that, kind of put that in to the story, kind of base it off of things that my own parents would do. And some answers I got from them were like, sometimes we would go out for dinner or go to the movies and all that kind of stuff. And when it came to that part alone, it was very, very complicated, because even then I still kept asking them, where did you go out for dinner or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went from there. And the whole point of it was, it's basically another one of those, it's kind of like a combination of the No Spoilers and Present Tense episode where the kids are trying to do something to make their parents happy, but in the end they realize, there's more to it than just trying to make them happy with just gifts and presents and stuff like that. And when it came to the original version of the story, like one thing I was never happy with when writing the original version was actually right when they get to the mall. Everything just kind of goes downhill from there for me. Because when the kids take the parents off to the mall, they go inside, then it goes back to Vanzilla where Lincoln and his sisters are trying to figure out something. And the problem with that scene in the original version is Lisa pulls out a checklist and it lists out 2 things. Well, I think it listed out 1 or 2 things. I don't know. And then when the kids are like, well, how about we do this? And Lisa's like, that would be impossible to do. It just goes right to Lincoln suddenly realizing that the reason their parents' anniversary is being celebrated each year is because of them. right? Because, you know, if you're married and you have kids, then that's what makes your anniversary special. Like, that was something I thought of while I was writing it, and I decided to kind of put that into the story. And the reason why is because I was getting frustrated. Like, I was getting kind of angry at myself because I was struggling with what to do, which meant that while I was making it harder to come up with ideas for the story, what was making it even more tricky was, like, simply put, the harder I was stressing myself out, the harder it was for the kids to come up with ideas to celebrate their parents' anniversary. And that's when I just decided to just go with Lincoln and his sisters crying, thinking that, well, there's no reason for us to celebrate it by bringing them gifts. The only thing we've got is ourselves to make them happy. And that was written kind of, again, that was written more out of frustration because I was struggling with it. And even now, just looking back on it, when it comes to that part where it's like, well, how about we do this? We can't do that. Oh, wait, I know why. Like, there's no build-up, there's no suspense, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's because that's why the ending in the original version was kind of tacked on and kind of rushed in, because I was just getting mad at myself. And honestly, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I just slapped it on and then that was it. I just kind of gave up and printed the story out and gave it to my parents and just waited to see what they thought of it. So that's how the original was done. That's how the original version of the story was made. But then comes the new version, the version that the Lion Queen narrated. So the new version, which was written like almost 2 years later, it was basically a reworking of the original, just written in book form. And I figured that, well, if I'm gonna let the Lion Queen read this for my parents' 26th anniversary, maybe I could try expanding on it. You know, maybe have the kids try to actually think of something like, well, what new movies are coming out, or, you know, where would they like to go to eat, you know, that kind of stuff. And I did think it would be a good idea to kind of do a bit of a build-up this time, like, instead of it just cutting to Lincoln right away, realizing why, you know, they're the ones that matter for them. Instead, I figured, well, how about I have it just build up where Lisa kind of gets angry, and she's like, look, I'm not that stupid enough to think of, you know, when their anniversary is being celebrated. And then that's when Lincoln realizes why, you know, buying a present for their anniversary doesn't matter. It's them that matter to their parents. So, yeah, and, like, but even then, like, even when I added that in there in the new version, I still wasn't sure if this was going to be good. Because even when I was making the new version for the Lion Queen to read, I was very scared. Like, I was nervous. I didn't know if she would like it, or I wasn't even sure if my parents would like it either. But surprisingly, once the Lion Queen did narrate it and even gave a 10 out of 10 rating on it, that actually kind of surprised me, because I didn't actually expect her to give it that rating at all, and I didn't even expect her to think that the story was kind of cute, but she did think it was cute, and honestly, that did make me kind of happy inside. So, in a way, I guess reworking it kind of was a good decision on my part. So, yeah. As for basing it off of things my parents would do, like, there was one restaurant my parents would go to on their anniversary. It was called Pedro's, and I decided to parody that as Pedro's. And, well, given that I was born in Michigan, I don't mean to sound personal, but yes, I was born in Michigan, and since the show takes place in Michigan, I figured I could probably, you know, kind of do a parody of some places there. Like, instead of Grand Rapids, it's Grand Rivers, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I just thought it would be kind of clever to do. And honestly, again, given that the Lion Queen actually did like the story, I guess reworking it was a good decision after all, and I guess I'm honestly kind of happy that she still liked it, so, yeah. So that was sort of how and why I wrote Happy Anniversary for my parents. I know this video is not great as always, but you know, since I have been wanting to do a video about this story basically since last year when the narration for it was uploaded, I decided, well, maybe now would be the right time, as I said earlier in the video. So yeah, I do hope you guys like this video, even if it's not great. And the Lion Queen, if you're watching this, I hope you liked it too. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering, I did provide the link to the story itself in the description of this video, so you can check it out if you want. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say other than, well, I just thought of getting this video out of the way since I have been holding on to it for a year now, even if it was pretty complicated to explain. So yeah, once again, that was my video talking about how and why I wrote Happy Anniversary. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like on it if you want, subscribe, comment, ring the bell to be notified about any upcoming stuff. And Mom and Dad, if you two are watching this video, happy 27th anniversary. I still hope you guys liked the Loud House story that I made, even if it's not really your thing. I still hope you liked it nonetheless. And, well, yeah. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. CB from CJB Studios, signing off.